Get extra cash back on all your online purchases when you buy through cashon.com.
Hello friends, welcome to Karthik's Cricket Views. India vs Sri Lanka first test. Amazing win by India. Mr. Ravindra Jadeja is all over the news and all over the place. We can talk about him all day long. What an extremely beautiful batting by Jadeja. We all know Jadeja as an explosive batsman who can come, towards the end of the game and hit a lot of big sixes and fours. We know that kind of Ravindra Jadeja. The Jadeja what we have seen in the test is completely different man. He has transformed himself into a player who can stay long, who can play till the end, he almost made a double century. But not just batting. He had created 9 wickets, 5 wickets in the first session, 4 wickets in the second innings. That is an amazing contribution in one single test match. The youngsters who are all coming into the team probably have a lot to learn from Jadeja in terms of how you have to be adaptive, especially in your skills. You may be an excellent batsman, excellent bowler, excellent fielder, but how you got to be adaptive in different format of the matches so that you become a wall for the Indian cricket team. So hats off to Jadeja's contribution in the first test match. Next is Ashwin. Jadeja's excellent batting and bowling probably overshadows Ashwin's contribution here, but we cannot miss out on Ashwin's contribution here. Ashwin has made a half century. You can imagine, Ashwin is still an all-rounder, but not considered as a formal batsman, but still he contributed to the half century and he also got good amount of wickets. So Ashwin's contribution is definitely very good, may not equal to Jadeja's, but definitely right next to Jadeja in this match. Next, we have to talk about Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma captaincy can easily be overlooked in the highlights of Jadeja and Ashwin. But if you look at Rohit Sharma's captaincy, it was extremely good because he clearly testing which bowler to use where. For example, he was using Jayant Yadav. Jayant Yadav is definitely a good spinner as well. But in this test match, probably in this ground, he was not getting enough turn. His balls were not really wicket-taking. His balls were not really threatening to the batsman. He immediately sensed it. He sensed, okay, that's not going to give what he wants. He turned to Jadeja, he turned to Ashwin, Bumrah and Shami. He clearly used Bumrah and Shami in the context of creating the pressure when spinners comes in and obviously taking a wicket. So Rohit Sharma's captaincy was awesome in this particular test match. Next is Jayant Yadav. Jayant Yadav, only question I have is, he is the 30+ guy and I really don't know whether he has produced any extremely big wins for India. Still is a big open question. Why would Jayant Yadav be in the playing 11 when there are a lot of other people whom you can groom, who are really deserving and waiting, and probably they can contribute much more in terms of bat, fielding, as well as in the wicket-taking abilities. So that is definitely a big open question. I'm sure Rahul Dravid and team management and Rohit Sharma are looking at it. So nothing against Jayant Yadav, but you got to be very fair to the other players who's waiting for the opportunity, especially for a test match, right? So how Shreyas Iyer got in. Similarly, probably Ravi Bishnoi, probably some other spinners who are really waiting in there, they should be given opportunities over Jayant Yadav. That's my humble opinion. Again, nothing against Jayant Yadav, but given the talent, given the opportunities, given the grooming that you want to do, it is going to give more confidence to those kind of new players who's waiting in the bay. So they will get opportunities, not just opportunity, they will get 5 days of test match, right? So they will get good amount of training, they will get good amount of exposure to how they have to transform themselves from the ODI format to T20 format. That kind of experience, it will be provided to the youngsters who are waiting for the opportunities. Hopefully, Dravid and team management will take a look at that, and Jayant Yadav position should be really assessed. There is another way to look at it, right? Jayant Yadav position, given the form India is in, given Jadeja is kind of almost a full-time spinner, and then Ashwin is doing his great job. So do we really need a third spinner in the team? So I know Indian tracks are good for spin, but even if you want a spinner, look at some other person. If not, if you really don't need a third spinner, if Shami is contributing, if Bumrah is contributing, and you're good enough with the other 2 bowlers, probably you can use one of the existing all-rounder as a part-time bowler, and maybe it's a time for some other batsman to give an opportunity. Probably Venkatesh Iyer, maybe Ruturaj Gaikwad, or maybe another wicketkeeper like KS Bharat. So that's something for India team to think about. Other than that, everybody did a great job. And another thing that we have to probably look at is the average strike rate of all the Indian batsmen. Usually, if you know, in the past, probably a few years back, test match, average everybody's strike rate would be less than 50. People will take their own sweet time. At some parts, it's more like a patience and boring. But if you look at this match, the match was over in 3 days to start with. And on top of it, average strike rate is at least 60. Look at Rishabh Pant. What an interesting player he is. For him, T20, Test match, one day, it's all the same. His run rate never comes down. Jadeja transformed himself, but still the run rate was not bad. It was in 70s. On average, everybody was scoring, and it was in 70s. That was an excellent one to watch out for. Hopefully you like our video. Please share this with your friends, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.